Yo, what's up, guys? Milan have themselves a new striker, signing Victor Boniface on loan from Bayern Leverkusen for 5 million euros with an option to buy next summer for 24 million euros. Now, guys, how are we feeling about the signing of Victor Boniface? I think it's a very good signing by AC Milan, guys. You're getting a young 24-year-old striker who's young, who has experience, obviously, in Europe, obviously won a German league title a few years ago with Leverkusen, having that undefeated season. Boniface has a lot of goals under his belt, guys. Obviously, his first season under Leverkusen in 23 games, guys, he had 14 goals, 8 assists. Now, obviously, the biggest concern is only playing 23 games his first year. The second year on Leverkusen, he only played 19 games, scoring 8 goals and having 1 assist. The year prior, he had 8 assists. So that is obviously the biggest concern about Victor Boniface, guys, signing with Milan, is that he's a bit injury prone, of course. Now, he had a 3-month growing injury he was out for. He had a couple thigh injuries. He had a car accident in 2024. He tore his knee up twice with Bodo Glimt in 2019 and in 2020. So there's obviously a bit of a long injury history with Victor Boniface. But I don't care about the injury history, guys. Obviously, it's a bit of a concern. But this guy here has a fresh start at Milan. I think he's going to do very well at Milan. We're playing once a week, guys. Do not forget, he's a big, strong striker, something that Milan needed, of course. We didn't have a striker of this characteristics, of course. Now, obviously, we're looking at guys like Dusan Vlahovic, Rasmus Højlund, Nico Jackson, but give Milan a lot of credit, and Iglitade, they worked very quickly. Obviously, we heard yesterday about the news about having interest in Boniface, and then within a day, his agent flies to Milan, agrees to the contract, and now he's soon for a medical with the club, guys. So, very good job from Milan to act diligently and get a striker in here immediately before the start of the Serie A season on Saturday against Cremonese, of course. So, obviously, guys, like I mentioned, the injuries are a bit of concern. But I know this guy here, when he's in front of goal, he can score goals. We obviously saw him score a goal against Milan in the Champions League a few years ago when we played Leverkusen, obviously, guys. And Boniface, guys, he's one of only 3 players to score 10 goals plus with both his left foot and his right foot. Only Harry Kane and Girassi are the only 2 players that have done that in the German league, guys. So this guy here is ambidextrous. He can score with both feet. He can score with his head. So this guy here, I think he's going to be an incredible poacher in the box, guys. And I see all these people worrying about, Santiago Jimenez, is Milan going to sell him if they go get another striker? There's been some news about the striker Conrad Harder from Sporting Lisbon, of course. But I think Jimenez, guys, and Boniface, they can play together. I have a lot of faith in Santi Jimenez that he can have a strong season, of course. I think he's a very good finisher and a very good player. Allegri just needs to give him some patience and some time, of course. You know, I didn't think he had a bad game against Body. I thought he played pretty well. He had the assist for Pulisic, of course. So I think it would be a mistake if Milan gave up on Santiago Jimenez, guys. I really do. I think him and Boniface can play together. They can play separately, of course. So now Milan, guys, have some really good options at the striker position. Now, you got Boniface and Jimenez compared to last year where we had Abraham Morata and Jovic. Like, that was an absolute mess compared to what we're going into the season now, guys. And don't forget on top of it, guys, Atalanta bought Kristovic from Lecce. So Camarda's going to be the starting striker for Lecce. So having Boniface on loan is good because we don't have to buy the guy. We don't make a commitment to the player, of course. Now, if he has a great year and we buy him, great. He's a young player, 24 years old. Don't get me wrong. But we still got Camarda at 17 years old, who's about to play in his first full season in Serie A. If he lights it up, scoring 10 goals maybe, what are we going to do, right? So Camarda as option out there for playing for Lecce. He could be a future starter for Milan, guys. So obviously, this is a very good option by Milan to get the striker on loan instead of maybe committing 20 million euros to a guy like Dusan Vlahovic, of course, who obviously wanted to be the highest paid player on the team, refusing to take a pay cut. So, and then you got a guy like Rasmus Højlund, who was being difficult to negotiate with because he didn't want to leave Man United unless it was for a permanent move, of course. So I understand he's a young player and wants stability. But Milan offered you a position and you were hesitant. I'm glad Milan decided, let's go for Boniface. Bigger, stronger player than Højlund. And obviously gives you better characteristics at the striker position, guys. So I really like the signing of Victor Boniface. Leal likes it too. We saw him on Twitch today, guys, you know, looking up things about Boniface. And I'm telling you guys, Boniface's celebrations when he scores goals, they are hilarious. I'm telling you, man, when this guy gets a goal from Milan, if I see him start flailing his arms around, I'm going to laugh my head off. I am excited to see what this player brings to the table, guys. So obviously, there's a bit of skepticism with the injury history, of course, but I think this is a very positive signing, guys. For Milan, you get a big, strong striker who's going to be big in the box, who's going to poach, who can give some headers and off crosses. So this is not a bad signing at all. This is a very good signing by AC Milan, guys, especially Iglitati. He has done a hell of a job, with selling players. This completes the attack, if you guys ask me, with Boniface, Jimenez, Pulisic, Leao, Salamakers. Obviously, he gets his international teammate with Samuel Chukwueze there. Now, on top of it, Chukwueze missed training yesterday, but he returned today to training, so that's very good news as well, guys. So he'll probably be getting some minutes against Cremonese on Saturday with Leao not playing in this game, obviously, guys. But, guys, tell me how you feel about the signing of Victor Boniface, guys. I think it's a very good signing, a player who can score with both feet, who can assist, who had 8 assists his first year. Obviously, he has some injuries that he had at Bodo Glimt. But this year, guys, is a very low risk by Milan, playing once a week. I think this signing will benefit the club massively, guys. And if he scores 10-plus goals, it is an absolute steal of a signing, guys. But, guys, tell me how you feel. Thank you very much for watching. As always, guys, click like if you like this video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Forza Milan sempre, as always, guys. Remember, if you do not watch sports, you're more. Ciao, guys.